Hello everyone. In this video we are going to be talking about Android tablets. And why am I talking about Android tablets now? Aren't they dead? This is what you might be thinking, but I'm going to be talking about Android tablets because they're going to be making a comeback very soon. And the first Android tablet that we're going to be getting is on September 9th, I think, because the release date hasn't been confirmed yet by Realme. And yes, the tablet's name is Realme Pad, and it awful lot looks like the iPad Pro or the general design of the iPad in general. And there was also a tablet which was released exclusively in China, which is the Mi Pad 5, I think, and it was priced very competitively, but it wasn't launched in international markets. So the reason that I'm talking about Android tablets is because they are going to be making a comeback in 2021, and that's one of the reasons for that is the pandemic, because a lot of people were staying home and they needed a device for their children, like parents needed a device for their children so that they can be watching something and studying on a device at the same time, and tablets were a really good alternative, although Chromebooks do exist. So a lot of parents were getting their children's iPads instead of iPhones, which actually makes sense because it has a bigger display and it can kind of act like a computer as well. So that is why the Android tablet market is also trying to make a comeback in order to capitalize on this really huge market. Android tablets started to become a thing because Android phones were a thing. Like, let me explain. The first reason is that Android phones came after the iPhone because it was a direct competitor, and the Android tablets also came directly after the unveiling of the iPad. So you see the linkage there. So Google or all other companies thought that Android tablets would be a huge success because Android phones were a really big success, and during the 2011s the Android market share was becoming even higher compared to Apple's market share with their iPhones. So a lot of companies really dove deep into the Android tablet ecosystem, or the really cheap Chinese companies also delved into this idea, but it failed miserably. So I'm going to be telling you 3 reasons why Android tablets failed and what they can do in order to fix this, and what they are doing in order to fix this. I'm going to tell you everything in this video. So the first reason is that the Android tablets, the first generation at least, were were shown off at CES 2011 after the iPad. So it ran Android 2.3 Gingerbread, which was not at all optimized for a large screen. So that is reason number 1. None of the apps were optimized for the bigger screen. So it just looked like a really huge phone with everything shrunk down tiny, like how they would be on a smartphone instead of how they would be on an Android tablet. This was actually not Google's plan because a lot of the companies really wanted to make as much money as possible with Android tablets. So what they did was they just put on an already existing Android version on top of their hardware to make it an Android tablet and sell it as fast as they can. But that just wouldn't work because Android was already working on an operating system which was the Android 3.0 Honeycomb, I believe, if I remember properly. Yeah, I think it was a Honeycomb. So that was the operating system that Google was officially working on instead of Android 2.3, which a lot of companies used in the beginning of Android tablets. So that is one of the reasons why users were frustrated because none of their apps would work properly. And the second reason is poor app ecosystem. There just weren't enough apps for Android tablets as there were for Android smartphones. It's basically simple. If nobody buys your tablet in the first place, then developers won't be motivated in order to make apps for the device, and thus you don't have any apps on the tablet. So that is exactly what happened. And coming in 2021, then now we have a decent amount of Android tablet optimized apps. It took about 10 years, nearly a decade, for most of the mainstream apps to come on an Android tablet itself. So you can see how nobody was willing to buy an Android tablet and why nobody was making apps for the Android tablet ecosystem. And the third reason is poor performance. Like that is a given, because when iPad was first launched, it came with a dedicated processor which was built for a 10 inch display. So all of the apps were also optimized on the iPad, because they sent out software development kits to developers so that they can build apps for the iPad. So yeah, they were pretty much set on all of those, and they were doing a pretty great job. But on the other hand, Android was not doing any of that. Basically, they had a smartphone processor on a 10-inch display, but the maximum it could perform was on a 4-inch display. So it was underperforming on a massive 10-inch display, and that caused a various of problems and issues. And as I said before, now a lot of things have been changing. Like apps are being developed for the Android tablet ecosystem, as I mentioned before, and the performance of a normal smartphone is much higher compared to what it was 10 years ago. And that is the reason why Android tablets, even with cheaper Android tablets, have really good chipsets, because now chipsets are powerful enough so that they can run on a 10-inch display. That's how far we have come. Basically, we started with like 14 nanometer, now we're at like 5 nanometer in the chipset market. So that is a really huge leap in just a decade. So right now in 2021, a lot of Chinese companies are entering the market, like Realme, Xiaomi, Oppo. In this year or the next year, they will be launching their Android tablets, and I think it would be quite successful, because they're not going for a ultra performing flagship tablet basically. So, and they're going on the mid-range segment and on the cheaper segments. So that is a really huge plus point, because not a lot of tablets exist in that space, especially iPads don't exist in that price range. So that's what they're targeting. I think it would be quite successful if it doesn't underperform, or if software doesn't have any bugs, or the app developers are making apps for the Android tablets, like more and more apps. I'm already talking, not a lot of apps still exist on Android tablets. Like the mainstream ones do exist, but other than that, you might still face some issues, but not a lot compared to like 10 years ago. So I'm going to be leaving you with one question in the video. So do you think it's too late for Android tablets to exist in right now in 2021, or do you think like foldables or flippable? I don't know, foldables or rollable smartphones have taken Android tablets space a long time ago, because Samsung has been making fold devices since 2019. That was nearly 3 years ago. If you have been enjoying this video, then make sure to subscribe to this channel, and also make sure to leave a like below so that I can make more videos like these. That's been it.